You're listening to the Mortgage Success Podcast, a show created to inspire mortgage brokers to achieve optimal success in their mortgage businesses. I'm the host, Brian France, the author of the book, Internet Marketing for Mortgage Brokers, tripling your online sales by getting your internet marketing done the right way. I'm also the founder of Mortgage Broker Marketing, the digital marketing agency for the mortgage industry. On each episode, I'll be sitting down with industry leaders to talk about their processes, the lessons they've learned, and how to find success in your mortgage business. All right, so hello and welcome to another episode of the Mortgage Success Podcast. With me today is Jared Lincoln. Jared, take a second to introduce yourself, my man.
Like Brian mentioned, my name's Jared Lincoln. I'm one of the owners of Mortgage City. We're an independent broker based out of Michigan. Just started up last year and things have been going pretty good since.
Awesome. Welcome. So yeah, tell me a little bit about your business. Mortgage City, you guys are in Michigan.
Yep.
You just started last year. Tell me a little bit about how you guys got started, maybe in the mortgage industry, what led you to open up your own brokerage and all that good stuff.
Yeah, so we're those psychos that started a mortgage company in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
Not sure at the time if it was going to work out well or if it was going to be a total bust, but so far it's been going pretty good. As far as like transition into mortgages, I started at Quicken actually as a retail LO, like 8 years ago now. It's actually been a really long time. And then after that, I went over to the wholesale side and I started working for a wholesale lender. Did that for about probably 4 to 5 years, and then hit a point where I was working with brokers for so long and seeing how many loans were out there and like how many people could still benefit from mortgages, whether refi, purchase, or even just getting better education on it that you don't get from calling an 800 number that's a massive retail shop. And that was pretty much what prompted us to take the jump.
Awesome, man. Yeah, and so it's you and you have a partner, right?
Yeah, so me and my business partner, Alex. And then over the last 9 months now, we have 3 part-time LOs. We had 2 LOs that came on as full-time. One we since just wasn't working out for our company and her, and she left. And one that decided that mortgages just weren't the right fit.
Okay, got it. So you guys have you and your partner and 2 LOs right now?
We got 3 part-time LOs right now. So together, I would say they make 1 full-time LO.
Okay, got it. Yeah, nice. I know you guys are pretty busy, and you guys have done well keeping the pipeline full. What would you say makes you guys unique, or what do you guys call your USP, right? Your unique selling proposition?
Honestly, I don't know if there really is anything that makes us I wish I could say that we have this, and this is why you want to come to us. But I really don't think we have anything unique compared to every other mortgage broker that I've worked with in the past, that we've networked with or spoken to. Honestly, I think that we're just more transparent, I guess, with borrowers than what maybe they feel like they get other places. We're over explaining everything to them. We're over communicating with them about everything.
Yeah,
definitely. Under promising on everything. Every loan we tell somebody, okay, it's going to be 3 days, when we know it's going to be 1. And then we get to call someone the next day and be like, hey, it's done.
Yeah.
So just we're trying to set it up so that it's overall an amazing experience for a consumer. Whereas we've had a lot of feedback from people where they call a mega retail lender and they're like, I didn't even know what I was signing. This person couldn't even explain it to me.
Oh, wow.
Or just going to a large correspondent lender and they just kind of get lost in the shuffle of getting passed around from a loan officer to an LOA to a processor to a closer. And they just don't like the shuffle. And I think that's kind of how we've found our secret sauce, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, so something you mentioned, that the communication, right? That's you guys are overly communicating with them, really explaining what they're doing, because you guys saw and you have that experience, right? In the other side of it, right? The wholesale and the big box lender, right? They just kept getting passed along and no one could explain to them what they're signing.
100%. And I mean, those lenders do it that way on purpose. I mean, it's an amazing, like they've built an amazing assembly line,
Yeah.
but each person knows only their lane and what they get taught. So
Right.
like LOs don't know anything about processing. They don't know anything about what they need to collect other than, hey, this is what I need you to sign. This is the one thing I need back for me to submit your loan to underwriting.
Yep.
After that, see you later. Good luck.
See, yeah, that's
So
got it. So I love that, man. Like, and I think you're like seeing all the reviews on your guys' listing. Obviously, you guys are doing something right.
Yeah,
and
we pester people for those things too.
Yeah. What are you guys doing right now, marketing wise? Tell me a little bit about that.
So marketing wise, right now, I mean, we have you guys. Obviously, are a huge help from our website, social media, driving in ads for us in the states we're in. So we're in, like I said, we're in Michigan, but we're licensed in Michigan and Florida. So having no physical presence in Florida, I mean, having you guys is huge to be able to drive more like just getting our name out there, but then drive in more just conversations. Like even if we don't convert the lead, it's somebody extra that we've spoken to that hopefully has gotten a good experience talking to us. And at the end of the day, like, I mean, we've actually done surprisingly well of if we tell someone like, hey, we're not the right fit for you, but if you know of anyone that can benefit from like how we operate and how we work, pass on our info. And we've actually gotten referrals from people that we've either denied or people that we've just told like, hey, we're not the best deal. Go with this guy. They just like us being honest, I guess. So as far as like marketing goes, mainly we really only work with you guys. We have one other lead provider that we use as well for purchase leads, but overall that's it.
Wow. And how many loans are you guys doing a month right now?
So right now I'd say average, we're probably at 15. Our lowest in the last, and I probably should have pulled the numbers on it before this, but the lowest we've closed in a month right now was outside of getting started. We've closed 13 has been our lowest in probably the last 4.5 months.
Okay.
And then 21's the highest. So I'd say 15 is probably like a happy medium somewhere in there.
In the middle. Yeah. So, and that's great. So you guys started up like in August last year, right in the middle of the pandemic, right? And you guys are doing your best month, 21 loans, but anywhere between 15 and 21. That's great. And so what, like anything like, tell me a little bit about realtors. Like, are you working with any realtors? Have you built relationships? Tell me a little bit about that.
So we have, and we do. I mean, for when we first got started, I mean, we were cold calling every realtor we could possibly find. We were, I don't even know what the thing is on connecting with them on LinkedIn. I was gonna say friending, but that's Facebook. But we were finding everyone we could. We were shooting them messages. If we could get their email, we were emailing them. We were calling them. And then when like that did work in some senses, I mean, it was a little bit like finding a needle in a haystack of every realtor has 5 lenders or so they tell you that they work with all the time. So some would let you in, some really wouldn't. But we were able to get connected with a couple. And at the end of the day, that's really all we needed. The biggest thing that I think helped us as well is that we've been like whatever realtors or deals we got, if it was through a borrower we knew or through a realtor, we were also soliciting like the listing agent throughout the whole transaction. So like not only working with our buyer's agent, but we were making sure to let the listing agent know like, hey, loan's approved. We just submitted it 2 days ago. It's done. Appraisal's back. We just ordered it 4 days ago. It's done. Like, so just trying to like make them feel like they're included in the transaction. Cause I don't know if everyone really keeps the listing agent fully up to date with what's going on. But also we were trying to like brag to them and be like, hey, like we just did this in 2 days. We just did this in 4. Your loan's done in 9. Like, what else do you got? Like, you want to work with us later? That's great. And that actually has helped us as well. Alex has been the one who's been like phenomenal at it, but he's actually gotten a call from a couple different listing agents who have told him like, hey, we just got an offer. We need to close in 20 days. Like, can you guys do it? So it's actually worked out a couple different times of like over soliciting people to try to break in with them.
Right. Got it. Yeah. Good work. Yeah. It sounds like you guys are pretty relentless with
Trying.
communicating and just going after realtors, and you found some needles in the haystack. So that's a good thing. But also, you're making sure everyone in that transaction is like up to date, and it's like, hey, like, look what we did here. Let's do this again. So smart. Anything being done with, you said buying leads. So that's it. You're using us. We're doing some social media ads, SEO, and your website, right? Which is like the foundation of all your marketing, right? Even if people are referred, they're going to look at that website and your reviews. And so that's solid. So people know they're dealing with like a reputable company, right?
Yeah.
And I love how you got, like, you don't have all your eggs in one basket, right? It's like, okay, we're only doing this. We're only doing this. You guys are purchasing some leads, doing some work on your whole marketing area, right? Like the website, the SEO, it's like the foundation. Yep. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket. So that's great. What is driving the most leads right now? Like the purchasing, or where are the most leads coming in from?
Yeah. So honestly, I would say the majority of where we're getting our business is really referrals.
Yeah.
And like we're closing a good amount of leads per month. But it seems to be like for every lead we close, we're getting 1 to 2 referrals out of that. And then like we hammered our own personal network, friends, coworkers, like relatives, anyone we knew. And that just started branching also. So, I mean, our leads, like we try to focus on purchase leads. So a lot of times they're like a longer nurture of waiting for somebody to find a house, especially in the market we're in now. So those are converting, but it can be a little bit of a slower roll. So having like that kind of like ability to have a referral pocket is huge. And then obviously is like you were working on for us, driving us into like the top search results on Google and things like that. And as we started getting higher up on every single page and you guys kept pushing us up and we kept trying to drive more reviews in, we would get people that would just call us and be like, hey, I just Google searched in your area and I saw how many reviews you guys had and I started reading some, and I'm not buying a house yet. I'm going to do it in 6 months, but I just wanted to introduce myself and say, I want to work with your company.
Nice.
So like nothing that we did, just stuff that you guys did for us and us harping people for reviews every couple of days after a loan closed.
Yeah. So that's huge. But
definitely.
The referrals though, you guys have done so well there. Like every lead that comes in, you're like, who do you know? Who do you know that needs, this level of service? And that is huge. Like each lead that comes in, it's like you could get two more loans out of that at least, or maybe more. So
100%. 100%. I actually attribute half to that one I got in my very, very early training when I was an LO at Quicken. Their thing was always, before you sell a loan, you should be able to ask for a referral at least 3 times. Wow. So then if the loan doesn't work or did work, hopefully over that 3 times, you got at least one person.
Right. Yeah, that's huge. I mean, there's so much that if you're not taking advantage of that, there's so much money left on the table. It's unbelievable.
100%. 100%.
You're doing that fabulously, like amazing.
Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah. And it sounds like you guys are really focusing on that and making this part of your strategy. Like this is because I think you recognize like how powerful that is. So
definitely
beautifully done. So I know you signed up, like you started the company in August and you guys were using another marketing. What happened in that other company that didn't go so well? Like what went wrong with that?
Yeah. So one, I mean, they were crazy expensive. But I don't think it worked with like, I think they're used to working with companies that are maybe larger, maybe not, but companies that just want to like, here's my here's your fee every month. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to talk to you. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to know about what's going on. Just do
Yeah.
it. I don't want to see it. Um, and we were kind of the opposite. I mean, we were a pretty new company, so
Yeah.
like, I don't want to say we were like nickel and diming everybody, but we knew what money was going out the door, what we had coming in.
Yeah.
And as far as like our return on investment, they weren't driving really any leads to us like we
Mhm.
were supposed to be getting.
Yeah.
Posts weren't going out really at all as far as frequency goes.
Yeah.
And when we would get on calls with them and try to talk about it, and it always seemed like it was going to, okay, well, we got to talk to this vendor first and then go to that vendor. And then
Mm.
we were just starting to wonder, like one of the vendors we'd known of, like they mentioned just in a call, mentioned
Yeah.
lead pops. And we were like, okay, well, if you guys are using a third party vendor for leads, why are we using you? Like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Um, and at that point, it just kind of became a conversation of, all right, I don't think you fit our business model, and we
Mhm.
definitely don't fit yours. So
Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
kind of parted
I
ways.
wonder what had them like. They must have had a good sales presentation, but then they can't. They probably spend a lot or like focus a lot on selling, but providing service is where they lack. Uh,
Yeah, I think I mean, they were very responsive, and like our project manager was amazing.
yeah.
But it definitely just seemed like they go for like huge companies that are advertising all across the US,
Mm,
and like their budget is unlimited, as opposed to, we're a company that's only in 2 states with certain markets we're trying to target, and
yeah.
a very new budget. So it just didn't mesh.
Yeah. Right. Well, safe to say you'll probably never use them again.
Yeah, yeah, definitely not.
Um, Tell me a little bit about the review system that you guys use. Like what's going on there? Because you guys have done beautifully. Like I've ran across clients that have been in business 20 something years and they don't got half the reviews that you guys do. What are
Yeah.
you guys doing there? How do you like when do you solicit the review? When do you ask for the review? When yeah, walk me through that.
Yeah, so the CRM that we have currently is called Shape.
Yeah,
Um, and when we set it all up and it was getting built out,
yeah.
we put in automated text message for review, automated email for review. So the moment that we flip the loan to funded,
Mm-hmm.
it's automatically firing the text, the email, and they get it for 3 times within a week of closing.
Got it.
And then if we get a review from somebody just automatically, awesome. But then we'll have times where we go through and we're like, man, I just closed Brian's loan 2 weeks ago, but I don't
Yeah,
see anything on Google or Zillow. So then we'll literally just open up our emails and we'll type an email like from us to you. We'll put all the links right in there, even though they're already in our email signature. Um, and then send it. And then most times we'll just give you a call too and be like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you again. Like, how's the house? How's everything going?
yeah.
I just sent you an email. If you liked the process and you have 4 minutes, can you just click the links, type
Mm-hmm.
one review, copy, paste it onto the other two? Like, we'd appreciate it. And most people, 9 times out of 10, will do it.
Nice.
Um,
Yeah, that's beautifully done. Like you guys aren't just counting on this automated system to send the emails, which works, right? And it's huge at that timing, like right when the loan's funded, it's like, hey, here's a link to review. But if you guys
yeah.
notice that, these people, they were happy, they got their loan closed, they didn't leave a review, let's give them a call. Let's shoot them a quick email um, to follow up those people. So you're not just relying on just sending the link. So
Yeah.
it's huge.
Yeah, no, even if they don't leave a review too, and we send the email,
Yeah.
it's like a nice, like, warm check-in with somebody 3 weeks after. Like, if they don't if they don't leave a review, but they say, hey, I meant to talk to you about my neighbor or my cousin, like, can you give them
Yeah.
a call? Like, maybe no review turns into a referral. You never really know.
Yeah. Yeah. And then that ties back to the referral strategy. So it's
Yep.
beautiful. Gives you a reason to talk to them, right?
100%.
Stir up some more business. So
Yeah.
awesome. And I know you guys do some posting on your social media. We have some ads running, right? In another state, the other state that you're licensed in. What else are you doing on social media? I see, because you have like a branded page, the company does, and you guys are active there. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so right when we started, we all created like our own individual, like whatever it might be, like so-and-so mortgage lender, blank home loans. We all created our own like personal Facebook page. Most of us did an Instagram. And then LinkedIn's obviously already a business page, so we really didn't need to do much there.
Yeah.
But we all would use, so like different wholesale lenders that we partner with, like UWM has one, Caliber has one, like have marketing portals already designed where we can just go in and create posts. And then other lenders have like little marketing flyers where we can just download one, edit it, snip it, and put it on. But we were trying to post to just try to like gain traction in the area. Like maybe you like it, and so it shows up in somebody else's news feed or something as like a recently liked. Some of us have been better than others. I'll be the first person to say, like, I go in waves with my own personal page. But the company pages, we've been pretty frequent with. Like, we would make like emails that we would get from lenders about, hey, your loan was cleared to close in 6 days. Like, we would turn that into a way to try to like tag the borrower, tag the realtor, and try to like build like the network of whose social media we're going to kind of drip onto. And then we know another broker in Michigan that they do like marketing, like custom made things with their team. So we kind of like jumped in on that, and now like the certain posts that you'll see on Facebook and LinkedIn are coming from that as well.
Wow. Yeah. Because you guys, it seems like you guys are pretty active in there, and you're creating those. I love the idea. Like, you're tagging everyone that's involved in that transaction, right? Like the borrower, the agent, and those posts, they're getting seen by people, and they're like, I see a lot of likes coming in. So it's well done, right? You're not just leaving those social media channels dead. Like, there's activity there, and it's starting to grow. So it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's getting there slowly. My own personal page is a little bit dead, but the company's doing good. As long as the company's doing good, the phone will ring. Hopefully.
Oh, good, man. So what do you see coming in the next like 6 months to a year?
I mean, I hope that the housing market stays strong. I could use less people tossing in cash offers for 50,000 over asking, but other than that, I mean, as far as purchase market goes, the purchase market's been great. Are still like, it's surprising, even though like rates are ticking up, there's still so many people that haven't refinanced. And it's just a matter of like, those are the people that I don't really know like where they are. Everyone who sees rates and is like knows what their rate is and where their mortgage is at is probably refinanced, but there's still people that have like kicked it down the road a little bit, Hertz rates were ticking up, and then we're like, maybe it doesn't make any sense anymore. Still so many people that could benefit from a refi. So it's just a matter of like continually trying to like talk to everyone that we meet about a mortgage, about refinancing, whatever. But as far as like where the market's going, I mean, I think the market will stay very, very strong throughout 2021. But the one thing I'm a little nervous about is inventory. But that I don't really know how to fix that one.
Yeah, there's like, I don't know. I've heard from one client, it's like less than 10% of the like homes are on the market than normal. So it's crazy. And like you said,
That's
like
insane.
People are, not getting offers accepted, throwing like 30,000 over asking. And
it's nuts.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's absolutely nuts right now.
Yeah. So we talked a little bit about like follow up and is that what you like email marketing? Like, tell me, are you guys using email marketing? Is that how you're using it, like to follow up? After a loan closes, you got everyone involved in the transaction, whether it's the listing agent, the buying agent. You guys are communicating with them. What else are you doing? Email with email.
I wish I could say that we had great follow-up.
Yeah.
But to be totally honest, after closing, we really don't. We have our CRM that's doing like its automated follow-up, whether it be like for the first month and then 6 months and then a year. And then after that, it's just like, hey, your loan closed with us a year ago. How's everything going? Your loan closed with us 2 years ago. It's your birthday. Or like, hey, maybe rates have ticked a little bit lower in our, like, that's just all automated from our CRM.
Yep.
But outside of that, no, we really don't have a ton of email marketing or follow up after the transaction. It's something that like we definitely should have way more of. And if you know of anyone or anyone that sees your podcast, has ideas or has tips for us, like by all means, we're open. We want something that works, because right now, thumb pointer, we're not doing it well.
Yeah. So your CRM does follow up with people at their birthdays. That's good stuff. What I was going to ask something. Shoot, it's okay. Your tech stack. What are you guys using? You mentioned your CRM. What CRM are you using?
Yeah, so CRM is Shape right now.
Right.
I think it's good. But to be completely honest, like Alex doesn't really use it. Both of us got so buried in like admin crap at the beginning that we didn't dive into the CRM and take advantage of probably even like a third of the stuff it offers.
Wow.
So there's all sorts of stuff that it does that we haven't even like skimmed the surface on. But our LOs, like when we had a full-time LO, she was using it all the time.
Yeah.
To give you an example, like she would load an entire data list that we would pull in a city and put like 1,000 people into it, and then type up one email, one text message, and it would just set up an automated campaign for all of them.
Wow.
So there's different things that I'm sure other CRMs do that too, but we just didn't dive into it enough. So we're looking at another one called Follow Up Boss, which we've heard good things about. Has more kind of, I don't want to like share too much about us, but dumbed down features that are easier for people to understand and take advantage of. But as far as LOS goes, we use LandingPad.
LandingPad, okay.
Yep. We tried Arrive for a little bit, but we just didn't like the user face. I guess we were already accustomed to LandingPad, and it had a couple extra features that we were kind of liking. And then as far as like a point of sale, so like a digital like borrower application, LandingPad has one that we really like. It's easy. It feeds it right into our LOS. We don't have to go anywhere and like download it, pull it off. But we also use Blink, which is through UWM. So UWM has a digital application portal as well.
Right. Okay, cool. So Shape the CRM, and that does some things, but you're not taking full advantage of that, but that's something you feel, and you're also looking at Follow Up Boss, but the LandingPad, right? That web-based LOS, and it also has the like an individual application for each loan officer.
Yep.
What were you guys using before LandingPad?
So LandingPad was actually the one we started with.
Oh, okay.
So prior to LandingPad, we weren't using anything. We had just heard a lot of people raving about Arrive, simplicity, like what it could do. So we wanted to try it.
Yeah.
And we were like maybe 2 weeks in, and it just we didn't like document storage. It didn't seem easy to us. Pricing was hard if it didn't fit the 4 lenders that were already like pre-priced into the system. So it was just stuff that like maybe if we'd started with it, it would have been easy because we weren't busy. We didn't have 4 LOs to train on it and all that other kind of stuff. But for us, LandingPad has been the easiest. We can access it on any computer, anywhere, as long as we have the website, our username and password. So it's not anything that's on our desktop. It's probably one of the more inexpensive ones as far as I know. And this customer service team is phenomenal. Like anything's wrong with any loan, you got a question, something's not firing right. Literally click the chat button in the bottom right corner. Somebody responds within a minute.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
It's awesome.
That's huge. And so it's all web-based and and so I had a thought, sorry, but LandingPad. So you guys just love it, simple, easy to use.
Perfect. Yeah, it's quick as far as responsiveness goes. I think like the big ones out there, I would say that everyone seems to talk about is LandingPad, Compass, Calyx Point, and then I would say LandingPad's up there as well. But Calyx Point, like I mentioned, we needed to get like a desktop icon and then add every single user so they could have it on their desktop and with everything going on.
Right.
And we use Macs, so that wouldn't have worked. I'm not about to get a PC to get a LOS system. But with everything going on with COVID too, like most times our LOs aren't in the office. It's just me and my business partner here.
Yeah.
So getting like a desktop app for everyone, especially if they live in a state and we're not even going to see them, we were like, why are we doing this? LandingPad Compass is insane and an upfront fee. I think you have to be like the largest lender ever to make that make sense.
Right.
So LandingPad just kind of seemed to be what worked for us.
So complicated, right? I mean,
So
and then the support is not the greatest, right?
Yeah. So I don't know much. Once we heard how much it cost, we were like, all right, we're out.
See you later.
But like I mentioned earlier, like we're the kind of guys that, okay, let's keep it as simple as possible for ourselves. And then we're also going to try to make it as simple as possible for our borrowers.
Nice. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing. I do have one more question. Right. What would you say to a mortgage broker just getting started, or like the greatest insight that you've learned since you started your brokerage in August?
Write loans and worry about all the rest later would be the biggest thing. Like I personally, so my business partner did that. It worked out great for him. Thank God he did that, because it helped our bank account grow and our company get a jump start. But I focused too much, got too bogged down with like the administrative stuff in the back end in the beginning. Like if you need, like you could figure out a payroll company in 5 seconds. You don't need to do all sorts of research on them. Like you can get an LOS that works, and that's really all you need. If you need to change it later, change it. But I spent way too much time focusing on like all of the stuff for compliance and call reports and what do we need in NMLS, like how are we going to do the books and this and that. And at the end of the day, like all of that you can figure out while you're going. But if you waste a month doing it, that's a month that you could have been writing loans while still figuring out bits and pieces of that as you went.
Right. So just write some loans.
Focus on that. All the other stuff is just going to fall into place at some point.
Awesome, man. Well, thank you so much for your time, Jared.
Thanks for wanting me on.
I can't wait to see you guys are stepping it up. You guys are kicking some butt. I'll wish you all the success. And that's it. This has been another episode of the Mortgage Success Podcast. Thank you.
If you would like to generate more sales through your digital marketing efforts, please visit mortgagebrokermarketing.com and get a copy of the book, Internet Marketing for Mortgage Brokers, tripling your online sales by getting your internet marketing done the right way. Also check the training section of the website for guides on everything from running effective pay-per-click ads to optimizing your Google My Business listing. This has been another episode of the Mortgage Success Podcast. Thank you for listening.